I still have never done the actual ayahuasca. I got to do that one time with you. I'd love to.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I mean,
I know you'd give me the authentic shit. I don't want that like bullshit. I want to go. If I'm going to do it, let's go in.
I'm just going to be like, hold on. Let me hop on Craigslist. Find somebody good. Give me a second. Casual encounters. Does that make sense? I don't know how they're advertising these days. I will say, just as a quick note, with ayahuasca specifically, I talk so many more people out of using, well, this is broadly speaking, out of using psychedelics than I have ever talked into using psychedelics. I think that's something that a lot of folks listening may not realize, that I mostly disqualify or discourage people from doing ayahuasca or any psychedelic. It just depends a lot on the specifics for me, because these things are so strong and they can be incredibly destabilizing.
Yeah, I've been there.
And
after I did that high dose mushrooms, very amazing experience, and definitely therapy, like a shit ton, like they tell you, all compressed in this little thing. But for 2 or 3 days after, I was just kind of like, ooh, emotions were all over the place. It's like, it's not just smooth sailing from the second you get done,
No.
The chemicals are got to rebalance and shit.
Yeah. And you're increasing plasticity. So if you take, like, you just imagine that you have like this huge, let's just say, maybe not huge, like volleyball sized ball of Play-Doh, and you have to heat it to be able to shape it. And that's your brain. And then you heat it. And depending on all the inputs and stimuli, positive and negative, that enter your life, or that you allow to enter your life over the subsequent handful of days or even weeks, will shape how that dries. And it's not automatically for the better. So, long way of saying, definitely do your homework. This stuff has become so popular, and I'm excited about the therapeutic potential. I'm excited about the potential for examining in ways that have been effectively impossible before for a lot of technological reasons. We will begin to ask and answer questions about the mind and consciousness itself that we have not even been able to scratch the surface of in even 20 years ago. I think psychiatry is going to fundamentally change in a lot of really core ways, right? I mean, fundamental, core, kind of redundant, but you get the idea that some of the tectonic plates under which psychiatry rests currently are going to shift very dramatically, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Sounds great. I'm speaking of which, we haven't even hit any of our topics that we're going to talk about today.
Well, let me ask you before we move on.
Yeah. Like, well, it was going to be in line with that, but yeah,
we'll get there. Now that you gave me 1/4 of a drink,
yeah,
I'm on.
I love it.
I'm on a roll. I may or may not have had some other chocolates.
Oh, that's right. I had a little chocolate before we got started. I did not have that.
But in any case,
that ayahuasca chocolate.
Well, oh god,
just kidding.
That would be that would be like cat shit sandwich. It's like the flavor that comes to mind. All right, why would you want to do, say, ayahuasca? What would the pull be potentially?
Well, I mean, for me, I have had a few experiences on psychedelics that every drug that you take is a little bit different, right? Like you have a different door open, right? Yep. Like high dose weed is going to feel very different than high dose mushrooms, because it's going to feel very different than microdosed acid, which I'm just talking about the things that I've tried. So I imagine there's another door to open there.
Boofing ketamine, different door.
Ketamine, very different. I've done ketamine before in a therapeutic setting, and it was actually the most pleasant, like, chill thing I've ever done. Like, it's like just chill,
Watch out for the long-term brain damage if you guys ever do it. Yeah. We'll get into that in another episode.
Yeah. So, for me, I'm trying to figure out, and this is onto my first point about my 7-day retreat that I'm going to do.
Wow, that was a good head fake. Did you answer my question?
No. What I'm saying is that I want to open as many doors as possible during this lifetime. Like, why not?
Yeah, okay. All right. Hey,
it's not to say I'm going to go and stick to one door and be down that path for the next 6 months, but why not just try it? Like, we're going to be dead in 40 years.
It's true.